Good morning, students. Welcome to online class. This is your history period. So, students, today we are going to start a new theme, that is theme 3, kinship, caste and class early societies, or I can say kinship, caste and class of early societies, and the period is from 600 BCE to 600 Common Era. So this is the third theme from book 1 of Indian history in class 12. So students, today we are going to cover the following topics. These are the following topics: the critical edition of Mahabharata, kinship and marriage, many rules and varied practices. So these topics we are going to cover today. I repeat the topics once again: the critical edition of the Mahabharata, kinship and marriage, many rules and varied practices. These two topics we will cover in today's video. So students, do listen carefully, watch the video carefully and understand the concept in a better manner, so that you can perform well in your examinations. Here, so students, historians try to understand the social setup. Historians try to understand the social setup, social practices during these periods. Which period? From 600 BC to 600 Common Era. I repeat, historians try to understand the social setup, social practices during these periods. Therefore, they have taken Mahabharata, the epic of India. Therefore, they have taken the Mahabharata as a case study for better understanding of the concept. I can say historians have taken Mahabharata epic as a case study for better understanding of the concept of what? This social setup and social practices which were prevalent in ancient period of India. This Mahabharata, this great epic, covers a wide range of social setup. It covers a wide range of social setup. You know, Pandavas, Kauravas, their war, their relations, their social ties, everything. It covers a wide range of social setup. Now, family, which is a unit of, family which is a part of large networks of people, we define as relatives also. I repeat, family. There are two families. Okay, Kaurava family, Pandava family. So family which is a unit and is a part of large networks of people, we define as relatives. And at that time, the system of patrilineal, Patrilineal, the system of patrilineal was prevalent at that time. This patrilineal is what? A system. I mean, where father is head or mother is head, whatever it may be. So we'll read that one. So the system of patrilineal was prevalent at the time, and it's mostly prevalent in northern part of India or North India. Blood relations or blood relationship examples. Okay, two groups of cousins, we'll see. I mean, both Pandavas and Kauravas, they're having relations between them. Okay, so blood relations example, two groups of cousins are there, the Kauravas and Pandavas. Both belong to a single ruling family. Pandavas, Kauravas both belong to a single ruling family, that of the Kurus, 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 a lineage dominating one of the Janapadas. So Kuru family, Kuru, Panchala, all these things, they are the places. So one of the ruling dynasty in Kuru, and the family also belongs to Kuru family. A lineage dominate in one of the 16 Mahajanpadas. Under patrilineal, sons could claim. Patrilineal is a system under which the sons could claim the resources, including the throne in case of kings. I mean, son can claim all the resources of his father, of his family, unlike daughter. I mean, in the property of the house, I mean, the property of the father could be claimed by son, not the daughter. I mean, son is having right over the resource of the family. So under patrilineal, sons could claim the resources, including the throne in the case of kings. Okay, so sons will claim the resources of their father when the father will die, or when the latter will be died. In this chapter, we will read about rules of marriages also. Different rules are there. Different rules of marriages. So rules of marriage, I mean types of marriage. There are total 8 types of marriages are there. 8 types of marriages. You are seen only 2 types. One is our arranged marriage. One is love marriage. One is that court marriage or registered marriage, etc. But here you will come across total 8 types of marriages. Example, endogamy. Endogamy. What is meant endogamy? E-N-D-O-G-A-M-Y. E-N-D-O-G-A-M-Y. Endogamy means marriage in own caste or place. Marriage in own caste or place is called endogamy. Now what is exogamy? E-X-O-G-A-M-Y. E-X-O-G-A-M-Y. Exogamy means marriage out of his gotra. Suppose if a person is marrying a girl or person out of his or her gotra, that's called what? Exogamy. Next one, polygyny. P-O-L-Y-G-Y-N-Y. P-O-L-Y-G-Y-N-Y. Polygyny means a system in which husband has more than one wife. Husband is having more than one wife. That's called polygyny. I repeat, a system in which husband has more than one wife. One husband, many wives. One husband, many wives is called polygyny. Now polyandry. P-O-L-Y-A-N-D-R-Y. P-O-L-Y-A-N-D-R-Y. Polyandry. A system in which wife has many husbands. One wife, many husbands. Okay. For example, in Mahabharata, Draupadi is having more than one husband. Similarly, in present, in many families, one husband, many wives. So polygyny, polyandry. Now, the gotra of women was prevalent at the time in ancient period. Gotra means which lineage you belongs to. Everybody is having a gotra. Whenever you are going to temple, the Purohit is asking us, what is your gotra? We are telling our gotra. Okay. It is believed that people could not marry within the same gotra. Okay. I mean, marriages are not taking place within the same gotra. Okay. After marriage, women had to give up father's gotra. Suppose there is a girl. She is getting marriage. So after marriage, the girls are giving up the father gotra and she has to adopt the husband's gotra. So after marriage, women have to give up father's gotra and has to opt that of their husbands on marriage. Members of same gotra could not marry. As I told you, members of same gotra could not marry. Okay, students. Now, importance of mothers. It is very, very important. Till date, mothers play a vital role, important role in the family. Shivaji mother played an important role. Here, Kunti played an important role. Similarly, there are many dynasties in which we can see mothers played an important role in the family, or having lot of influence on the family. Importance of mothers. In North, son was known by his father's name. In North India, son was known by his father's name. I repeat, In north, son was known by his father's name. In south, Satvahana rulers were identified through metronymics, I mean names derived from the mother. So Satavahanas are the only rulers who derived their names from their mother side. However, generally here people are deriving the name from their father. Okay, now I'll explain the lesson, students. Listen carefully. Historians often use textual traditions to understand the changes in economic and political life processes. Some texts lays down norms of social behavior, others describe and occasionally comment on a wide range of social situations and practices. In focusing on the Mahabharata, a colossal epic running in its present from over, 1 lakh verses. In Mahabharata there are 1 lakh verses are there. 1 lakh verses, poems. Mahabharata was in the form of poetry. 1 lakh verses with depictions of a wide range of social categories and situations. It was composed over a period of about 1000 years. 1 lakh verses were composed over 1000 years. Okay, that was around 500 BCE onwards. And some of the stories it contains may have been in circulation even earlier. Now, critical edition of the Mahabharata. A team comprising dozens of scholars, highly intelligent people, initiated the task of preparing a critical edition of the Mahabharata. A group of scholars were given the task to study Mahabharata and to interpret that one, so that people will come to know what is Mahabharata. The team worked out a method of comparing verses from each manuscript. They started comparing the verses from each manuscript. The project took 47 years to complete. How many years? 47 years to complete. Two things became apparent after this work is over. So two things was apparent. There were several common elements in Sanskrit versions of the story evident in manuscripts found all over the subcontinent, from Kashmir and Nepal in the north to Kerala and Tamil Nadu in the south. Subsequently, scholars began studying other traditions from works in Pali, Sanskrit and Tamil. Indicates that the ideas contained in a normative Sanskrit texts were on the whole recognized as authoritative. Now, kinship, next topic, kinship and marriage, many rules and varied practices. This is our topic, kinship and marriage, many rules and varied practices. Finding out about families. So, finding out about families. Families are usually parts of larger network of people. What are families? Large network of people defined as relatives, or to use a more identical term, what? Kinfolk. Kinfolk, kinfolk. While familial ties are often regarded as natural and based on blood, they are defined in many different ways. For instance, some societies regard cousins as being blood relations. In some societies, cousins are regarded as what? Blood relations, whereas others do not. The ideal of patrilineal. I told you what is patrilineal. The Mahabharata is a story about changing kinship relations. It's a story of changing kinship relations. It describes a feud, means what? War. It describes a feud. Mahabharata is a feud between two families of the same, lineage, same dynasty. So it describes a feud over land and power between two groups of cousins, the Kauravas and the Pandavas, who belonged to a single ruling family, that of the Kurus, a lineage dominating one of the Janpadas. The central story of Mahabharata reinforced the idea that it was valuable. Under patrilineal, Sons could claim the resources of the father and throne in the case of king. But when he will claim after the father's death, the concern with patrilineage or patrilineage was not unique to ruling families. It is evident in mantras, in ritual texts such as the Rig Veda. Now, rules of marriage, just what I told you, I mean, same Gotra people cannot marry, marriage is done out of Gotra. Okay, exogamy, endogamy, all these things. While sons were important for the continuity of the what? Patrilineage. Sons are most important to carry out the family further. That is called sons are the important thing for continuity of the patrilineage. Daughters were viewed rather differently within this framework. Daughters have had no claims to the resource of the household. At the same time, marrying them into families outside the kin was considered desirable. Outside the kin, they have to marry. This system, called exogamy, literally marrying outside, meant that the lives of young girls and women belonged to the family that claimed high status were often carefully regulated to ensure that they were married at the right time and to the right person. From 500 BCE, the norms, the principles were compiled in Sanskrit texts known as the Dharma Sutras, or can say, yes, Dharma Sutras, and Dharma Shastras also. The most important of such works, the Manusmriti. Manusmriti was compiled between 200 BC. Manusmriti was compiled between 200 BC to 200 Common Era. Now we have studied about types of marriage. Students already told you that is endogamy, exogamy, polygamy, and polyandry. I explained to you. Endogamy means what? Refers to marriage within a unit. This could be a kin group or caste or a group living in the same locality. Exogamy refers to marriage outside the unit. Polygamy is the practice of man having several wives, and polyandry practice of a woman having several husbands. Now the Gotra women, I told you, same Gotra people could not marry. So like this, one Brahmanical practice evident from 1000 BCE onwards was to classify people in terms of Gotras. It was in the Brahmanical practice only it was there. Brahmins only classified the Gotras. Each Gotra was named after a term, each Gotra was named after a Vedic seer, S-E-E-R. And all those who belonged to the same Gotra were regarded as his descendants. Two rules about Gotra were particularly important. Women were expected to give up their father's Gotra after the marriage. Okay. And the members of the same Gotra could not marry. Okay. Important mothers I already told you. Satvana rulers were identified through metronymics. Names derived from that of the mother. So students, up to here we are supposed to complete. So this is the end of the today's topic. We will join in the next video. Till then, thank you.